My name is Mita, but sometimes I'm Mora. Mita plays with makeup and Mora is a hoarder. Hello, hi. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mita, and if you are new to my channel, comment down below and say hello, hi. And if you like my content, Miss Thing, don't forget to give that thumbs up or thumbs down. Engagement is engagement, and we invite it all, Miss Thing. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell, and don't forget to watch the ads, Miss Thing, because that's how you can support my channel. You feel me? That's how you support me. So where have I been, guys? So much has happened, and that's what this video, I'm gonna try to get as much as I can into this video. So it's been about 2 months since I uploaded a YouTube video, and that's pretty much where everything took like a turn for the worst. Okay, it started with my husband getting really ill. He caught a bacteria in his lungs that nearly killed him. We noticed he started losing rapid weight, and he got really skinny, and he didn't have much of an appetite, and he had this crazy cough. It started as like a croup cough, like croup, and then it just gradually got worse and worse and worse. So we're like, oh shit, he's got the, he's got the T virus. He's got the T virus. We can't say the C word here because they demonetize you. So we'll just call it the T virus. So he caught, we thought he caught, oh my God, knock on wood. Don't nobody want to have that, but we thought he caught the T virus. So we took him, he went to the ER. Come to find out, after multiple visits back to the ER, we found out that he had a bacteria in his lungs, and he had it for so long that it turned into pneumonia with a bacterial infection and with some other infection in his lungs. I don't know all the medical terms, the proper terms for it. But they started him on treatment. His body was rejecting almost every antibiotic they gave him. He was getting allergic reactions. We found out he's allergic to sulfur. And it was just crazy. There was a time when his kidneys started to fail. His liver started to fail from a certain antibiotic. And so they had to admit him. So he was admitted for a couple of weeks in the hospital. And that's when my whole world just came crashing down. Like when you are used to sleeping with someone, when you are used to being with someone. August 23rd, me and my husband make 17 years together, 17 years married, okay, together. And it was so hard for me to sleep without this man. Like, it was so hard. And then you guys know I suffer from like anxiety and all of that, and I have all these mental problems, and it was a nightmare. It was every wife's nightmare. Okay, just come to reality. And I went to the hospital every day to see him. I was with him every day, rain, sleet, or snow. I was there making sure that he knew I was there, and that, he had a reason to keep fighting, because he was really bad. He was really bad. And he was getting all kinds of side effects from the antibiotics. And just looking at him, you could tell he was seriously ill. Like he had lost so much weight. I didn't even recognize my husband. So anyway, moving forward, I think it took him maybe, I want to say maybe 2-3 months, 2 months, 2.5 months for him to get like back on track. This all unraveled, or started to unravel, the week I posted my last video. Is when everything just started to go downhill. So yeah, so all in all, hubby is doing great. He is back to health. He is 100%, and I couldn't be happier. I prayed every day, and he's a very strong, and thank God for that. And so yeah, I was really happy about that. He came out the hospital on Father's Day and surprised me, came home. I didn't know he was coming home, so it was just a great moment for me and my family when he came home. By the time he came home, I was already getting used to sleeping by myself, so I would joke around with him like, oh, another day, I would have forgot all about you. But anyways, yeah, moving forward, shortly Matter of fact, the day before he came home, I had came down with a UTI. This UTI was a lot different than any UTI I've ever experienced before. Like, I was having severe pain. Like, it was worse than any UTI I've ever had before. I went to the hospital. They took a urine sample, culture, whatever. There was no blood in my urine. They gave me antibiotics still to treat the UTI. Shortly after, the pain went away, but it was never confirmed that it was indeed a UTI. So we like it. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. So whatever, it went away. I think it was a UTI. I just think it was too early to detect it. Probably, maybe. Who knows? Moving forward, it was just a streak of bad luck, guys. Like, I literally have notes. I have notes because when I go see doctors, I don't remember exact dates and times and all of that and exactly what was injected in me. And so I had to go on Google Documents, and I had to create a document with dates and times and follow-ups and this and that, so that when I go see doctors, I can tell them and keep them updated to my present condition. So, okay, let's see. Where did it start? Eating pizza. The most simplest shit, right? Eating pizza. I was eating pizza, guys. I was eating Domino's pizza, and the outside of the pizza was warm. So I was like, okay, it cooled down. I bit into the pizza, and the cheese on the inside, oh my God, guys, was scorching hot. Not hot, scorching hot. Okay, the cheese hit my tongue. I went to cough it out, and it fell to the back of my throat, hitting my tonsils. Then I was able to spit it out. When I woke up the next morning, my tonsils were inflamed. My tonsils were literally touching each other, guys. Like, they were touching each other. I was having trouble breathing. Even now, like, I'm having trouble breathing. I'm still struggling. I'm still not 100%, guys. But I'm trying to get back to myself. I'm trying to get back to me. And hopefully, I can recover fully, have a full recovery, right? That's the hope. That's the plan. That's the goal. Anyways, back to the story. So my tonsils swelled up. Oh my God, guys, you don't know. This was like the worst shit ever. It was so bad. I woke up in the morning. My tongue was burning, like on fire, yo. My throat was on fire. My tonsils were touching. They were inflamed. It was hard for me to get. It's like I felt like I was suffocating. So I got up. I ran to City MD. Went to City MD. I was like, this and this and this happened. She checked my throat. She's like, oh my God, this doesn't look good. She wanted to call the ambulance, like right there. I was like, no. Don't call the ambulance. You know, I have anxiety, guys. So like calling the ambulance and all that chaotic shit, it really makes me anxious. And at that point, they're not going to be able to treat me physically if mentally I'm not okay, right? So I said, no, don't call the ambulance. I'll get in a cab right now. I'll go straight to the hospital, to the ER. So she was like, okay, I'm going to give you a shot of steroids to bring down the swelling so that you can breathe. And I'm going to give you a shot of Benadryl just in case you have an allergic reaction. I was like, okay. So she gives me both shots. Immediately after she gives me the first shot, she gave me the shot here in my left arm. Immediately after she gives me the first shot, guys, my arm goes numb from here to about here. About the injection site in the injection site. What? What'd you say?
What? What'd you say?
The injection, what the hell? I can't talk. The injection site was right here. And so about 4 inches in diameter around that injection site went completely numb. So I was already freaking out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the hell? Well, why is my arm going up? She's like, don't worry, it'll go away in 48 hours, blah, blah, blah. Here we are a month later. My arm is still numb in this spot here. I still have numbing. I also have pain there, like a burning sensation. When my husband touches my arm, I feel pain. It's crazy. So I'm going to see an orthopedics in September. Yeah. So there's that. There's that, right? So that happened. So I went back to City MD. Oh, whatever. I went to the ER. I was fine. They said that City MD gave me the right medications, that I should be okay. We think she hit a nerve. She hit something when she gave me that injection, and it definitely messed me up in there. Something's messed up in my arm. I don't know what. Whatever it is under the muscle. They can't see it through a sonogram machine. So I made an appointment for orthopedics. I went back to City MD. This was before I made the appointment for orthopedics because my arm was still numb. It was 2 weeks later, and I'm like, what is going on with my arm? So I went back to City MD. Oh my God. This was like the biggest regret of my life, guys. The biggest regret of my life. I won't ever enter a City MD again, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. The first time I went, they legit put a needle in me that has left my arm numb, 4 inches in diameter from the injection site, left me with burning and pain, and we're 2 months later, and I'm still experiencing this, okay? From a Benadryl and a freaking steroid injection. 2 injections that I have gotten multiple times over the years, and that has never, ever happened to me. So that means she injected it wrong, okay? Let's just get that out the way. But I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'm like, I have to go back. I have to find out what's going on with my arm. So I went back. This doctor was so nice, so nice. I was like, yeah, he's gonna help me. Yeah, right? No. He gets a sonogram machine. He looks on the outside. He's like, okay, he looks on the inside with the sonogram machine. He's like, okay, I don't really see anything. But when he feels it, I had like a ball there. He's like, I can feel like a nodule there. He's like, so it could be that your body's trying to fight off an infection, your immune system. He was like, and it just needs a little help. So he prescribes me Bactrim SD. Now, Bactrim alone in itself, and this is all research that I did after all hell broke loose, right? But what I learned from this experience is to always research. And I'm not saying you can't trust doctors, but always research what you put into your body, guys. Always. And I was one of those people that I never questioned the doctors. I never questioned what they gave me and what I was putting on. You know, it was the see all be all. It was like, if the doctor said it, then that's what I have to take. You know, like I had too much faith and too much trust, okay, in doctors. And I regret it. I freaking regret it. Okay? So, where was I? Yeah. So he gives me Bactrim DS, which is one of the strongest antibiotics of Bactrim. It's like the highest dose, right? So he gives me Bactrim DS. I start taking Bactrim. I take Bactrim for 1 day. The very next day, I find out, I get my test results back from my tummy, from a sample that I gave in. I have H pylori in my stomach, right? So it's basically like a bacterial infection in my stomach. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, when it rains, it pours, sis. Like, seriously. I'm like, this would happen to me. Like, I stay, oh my God, I stay getting sick, bro. Like, I'm so annoyed, guys. Like, it's taking everything for me just not to break down right now, because just talking about it, I feel like it's happening all over again. And I'm just so disappointed in myself that I didn't do more research, you know, that I didn't take 5 freaking minutes to go online and look up these freaking medications. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting really anxious talking about this, and I'm getting upset because it was what I experienced. Nobody should ever have to go through. Okay? I'm literally breaking out in a sweat and sweating, and shaking. So where was I? So then I found out I had H pylori. I talked to my clinic and the nurse practitioners through this app, my chart, whatever. So the doctor didn't even reach out to me and tell me, hey, you was diagnosed with H pylori, blah, blah, blah. No, I had to contact her and say, hey, I saw I tested positive for H pylori. You know, what's going on with that? Like, what is that? So she goes, yeah, I recommended you to a GI. I wrote your referral for a GI. I'm like, okay, that's great that you referred me to a GI, which GIs, if you guys don't know right now, because of the T virus that's going around, Like, the appointments are so far out. Look at me for orthopedics. I have to wait till September, guys. Who knows what the hell's going on in my arm? We don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on in there. Who knows if it'll get worse? What the heck will happen to my arm by the time I see orthopedics in freaking September? So she basically was telling me, like, I wrote your referral for the GI. You can see the GI. I could see the GI 2 or 3 months down the line, you know? And I don't even know how long I've been having H Pylori. I know that I've had stomach issues for a long time. I know that. And supposedly after many years of having H Pylori, it can lead to cancer. Guys, so I was just freaking out. I was just stressed out. I was freaking out. And the fact that she was just like so passive about it, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel like she cared, you know? And I was like, okay, but in the meantime, I said, okay, I don't mind seeing a GI, I told her. I said, but in the meantime, is it possible for you to treat me for the H Pylori? So she said, yeah, it'll be a series of 3 medications, but I have to talk to my supervisor. I'm like, okay, fine. Hey, no problem. So, I go to the pharmacy. She goes, your medication's at the pharmacy. I go to pharmacy. There's only 1 medication. So I'm like, wait, didn't she say 3 medications? So I'm like, okay, it's only 1 medication. Must be just 1 medication, right? Thank God it was only 1 freaking medication. Thank God. You know, God does things for a reason, guys. He really does. He really does. Because I can't imagine if I had more medications on top of what I was taking, what else I would have experienced. So the second day of taking the Bactrim, I started taking Flagyl for my H Pylori. I took the Flagyl, about 8 p.m., day 2, I took the Bactrim. Immediately, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes after I took the Bactrim, I started to experience the worst side effects I've ever experienced from any medication in my life. Okay? I thought I was dead. Like, I was like, here I come, God. Here I come. No, seriously, girl. Like, I thought I was dead. I thought I was dying. It was over. This was it. I got up from the bed. I was on the bed behind me. My husband was laying down. And I went to get up to get water, right? So this is how it all started. I went to get up to get water. When I went to lift my head, I literally just fell back and lost all mobility in my body. Like, I just, everything, just completely numb. And I just fell back like a corpse. It was the craziest shit ever, okay? Then, like 2 seconds later, I was able to like get my upper body up from the bed, and I just started crying hysterical. I was freaking the hell out. Like, what is going on? Then about not even 15 minutes later, my whole body, I start having full body tremors where I'm literally like this, like I look like I was freaking smoking crack, guys. Like, it, oh my God. I can't make this shit up, bro. My head was shaking. I was like a bobblehead, like everything. Like, I was just shaking, like, and I couldn't control it, just full body tremors. And then I felt cold. I felt so cold. My teeth were chattering. You know how your teeth smack together when you're freezing? Had that going on. The top of my head was burning, like on fire, like somebody put an iron on the top of my head. Okay. What else? I had dizzy spells. Like, I got up and I needed assistance walking. I couldn't walk by myself. Okay? A girl that was walking around an hour before perfectly fine needed assistance to freaking walk to the bathroom. That's how bad it got. By the time I came out the bathroom, now we're about 45 minutes in after this whole thing started. 45 minutes in, we start walking from the bathroom, and I couldn't catch my breath. I was like, you know when you run like a couple of blocks and you're just out of breath and you're like, that happened to me with 3 steps from the bathroom to my kitchen. And I didn't even make it to the kitchen. It was like 1, 2, 3. And I was like that. That's when I was like, something is seriously wrong here. And I couldn't catch my breath. My husband sat me on the table, and I just went into full panic. I just started that's it. My anxiety took over after that because my whole body's shaking. Like, I tried so hard to just weigh it out and not let my mental illness, you know, I just try not to let this shit trigger my mental illnesses. Because once that happens, all hell breaks loose. Because now you have these mental illnesses going crazy. Your body's going crazy. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, okay? So that's it. I go into full panic mode. Panic attack, anxiety attack. I'm just freaking the hell out. I'm sitting on the table. I'm like, oh my God, I can't get my body. What's happening? I have no control over my body. Like, it was freaking me the hell out. So my husband calls the ambulance. The ambulance comes. They check my vitals. They like, your vitals are fine. Your heart is racing. Like, we could see that, you know, your anxiety is bad. There was like, and they could also visually see the tremors, like the body tremors, because it was, I'm telling you, it was like electricity was going through my whole body. That's what it felt like. It's like I was getting electrocuted. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was being electrocuted from head to toe. I go to the hospital after hours and hours and hours of tests and blah, 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 blah. They're like, oh, well, we don't see anything in your blood. Like, you're fine. I'm like, obviously I'm not fine. Like, obviously I am not fine. Like, my fucking head is on fire, guys. On fire, burning. So she goes, well, what were you taking? And you know how many times I told them the antibiotics I was taking? So finally, there's a doctor who actually cares in the ER and who actually takes the time to sit down and actually listen. Not hear what I'm saying, but actually listen to what I'm saying. And she's like, wait, you took Flagyl and Bactrim? And I was like, yeah. She said, you're not supposed to take those together. She said, they release too much protein into the bloodstream and can cause severe side effects, right? After the other doctor told me that I was fine and there was nothing wrong with me, right? Guys, I can't even deal right now. Like, my heart is racing. I'm out of breath. I'm angry. And every time I think about it, it was such a traumatic experience. Like, I feel like the doctors, just all of them that I saw during this time, just let me down. I feel like they failed me and they let me down big time. Big time. So the doctor who gave me the Flagyl, I had messaged her and I told her, I said, update. This was before she prescribed the medication. I said, update. What did I say? Yeah, update. I had a reaction in my arm, went to City MD. They gave me Bactrim. I see that you're giving me Flagyl. I said, can I take these two together? No matter of fact, I told her this when I picked the Flagyl up. Sorry, my mistake. I already had picked the Flagyl up from the pharmacy. I had both the bottles there and I was unsure about taking them together. So I wrote her. No response. So I waited. Next day she responds back. Completely disregards that message that I sent her and writes something else, I think, about the other medication. So I was like, oh, she's not stressing it. Okay, so it's fine. If it was a big deal, she would have said something to me in the message. She would have been like, no, don't take that. No, she never said anything. I still have the messages. Guys. I feel like, what? I feel like that was negligence. Like, I feel like she freaking, oh my God, I'm so angry. Like, if I ever seen her in person, I think I would, like, just go nuts. Like, I would go nuts because while she was chilling, wherever she was at, I was over here pretty much overdosing and having severe side effects to medications because of her medical negligence. Because she couldn't take 5 seconds to actually read a message. Because she was probably skimming and didn't even really read what I wrote her. It's sad, guys. You know, doctors take an oath. They take an oath to help us, you know? And I just feel like she failed me miserably. Let's just say after that, I changed my PCP. I'm no longer going to that clinic anymore. And I have a new PCP now who's very thorough. I had one visit with her and she's very thorough. I actually had a rash on my leg that just kept popping up on my body periodically throughout the years. Never knew what it was. The clinic I was going to, they didn't know what it was. Couldn't figure it out. Took blood tests. She diagnosed me in one day, my new doctor. She gave me some hydrocortisone cream, told me not to use it more than 2 weeks. Let me show you guys. Simidone 0.1%. She told me don't use it more than 2 weeks because you could get withdrawal, like you could get addicted to the topical steroid, because I told her about my face and the TSW withdrawals and all that shit. So she said, yeah, don't take it more than 2 weeks. Guys, today is the 4th day I'll be taking it, and it's gone. I have an ugly scar, because, I mean, I was trying to treat it on my own with oils, alcohol, you name it. I was putting it on that sucker, because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was fungus. Who knew? But she saw me one time. See, that's the difference between seeing a doctor and nurse practitioners, guys. There's a huge difference. And I'm not knocking none of you NPs out there. I'm really not, because I'm sure there are some good NPs out there. I'm sure there are. But unfortunately, I haven't met one. All the NPs that I have seen, okay, have failed me in some way. I think there's just one NP that I see now for my psychology, for psychiatrists. I see her for psychiatry, but she's not a psychiatrist. But I see her for psychiatry. And, you know, at first it was a little rocky, but I have to say she has grown on me. You know, she has grown on me, and she does care. She does care, and she's pretty thorough. And she really does try to help me and tries to resolve and find new medications to work. And, you know, like she could be a little pushy sometimes, but I think she's just trying to look out for my best interests, you know? So guys, that was that story. Okay, the next day, oh, you guys thought it was over? Go get some wine, sis. Go get some mother freaking wine. Go get some cookies, because I ain't done. I'm not done here, okay? The next day, I get up from the bed and I start experiencing extreme pressure on my head. Like somebody has their hands on my head and they're pushing me down. I'm walking and I feel like I can't catch my balance. And I'm like, pero what the hell is going on? Yes, last night I started to feel better in the ER. They gave me a series of medications and I started to feel a little better. Girl, then I start seeing blurry. I start getting double vision, bro. I'm still having the body tremors. So my body's still shaking. And I'm just like, oh God. And then the body tremors kept triggering my anxiety. I'm like, aquí me jodí. This is right here. This is where I die. This is where I die. And it has to be the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life, besides my nervous breakdown when I was 16. But whatever. That's a story for another day. Guys, this was tough. This was really tough. This was not easy to deal with. It was not. It was a very hard thing for me to deal with. Very hard thing to go through. I think if it wasn't for my husband and my son and my second mom, Lucy, I don't think I would have made it through this mentally or emotionally. A lot of people text me, a lot of people message me on Instagram, and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys. But for those who are really close to me, and for those who I am really close to, you know, a visit to my house and a hug would have not killed you, you know? It would have meant a lot to me. Because when I tell you guys that that's all I wanted, that's really all I wanted. All I wanted was support. I wanted someone to come and hug me and just be like, Mita, you're going to be okay. Because I didn't feel like I was going to be okay. I felt like this was it. Like I was going to die. I'm sorry, guys. It's just hard when you go through stuff like this, because You think about, like for me, I think about my mom, because I know my mom would have been by my side like every step of the way. And I don't know for those of you who know, but me and my older brother don't talk. Me and Pee Wee don't talk anymore. I haven't seen him in over a year. It's not like we had a falling out or nothing. He just chose a different lifestyle that I didn't support, and he knew it, and he chose that over his family. So that was his choice. I refuse to support that. So he did him, and I'm doing me. But it goes without saying, I do miss him, and it does hurt. He's my older brother, of course. It hurts me every day. Every day I think about him, every day. Some nights I cry, you know. Well, that took a turn for the worse. There's just so much, guys. There's so much that I just don't want to put out there, you know. But yeah, that's all I wanted, you know. There was just, I just wanted just support, just someone to come and just hug me and be like, Mita, everything's gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna be okay. I'm sorry. I just sat in this bed and I woke up scared. I went to sleep scared. And I was just scared all the time because of all these symptoms that I was having. It was just like, I remember taking my psychiatric medicine because I have to take it, you know, but I had to go down from like 60 milligrams to like 10 milligrams just so that I didn't go through withdrawals. And it's like my body, because of the antibiotics, my body kind of reset. And so anything I took, I got like extreme bad side effects. So when I would take my anxiety medication, one night I got burning in my tongue so bad. I got blisters all over my tongue. I couldn't sleep because of the burning. It was so bad. And I mean, what can you do? You know, what can you do? You go to the ER and they don't really help you, you know. The ER doctor, okay, so let me tell you guys what happened. So the next day, I woke up, I could barely walk, I had blurry vision. They told me if I had any other symptoms to come back. So that's what I did. I went back. When I got there, they had to put me in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk, right? They put me in a wheelchair. I go into the ER, and literally, guys, they take me to get an MRI. When I come out the MRI, they still have me in the wheelchair. The recliner where I was sitting, now somebody else is there. They put me in like this waiting area where everybody's sitting down. I was so nervous the whole time because I felt so dizzy. I just felt like I was gonna fall out of that chair flat on my face. They didn't leave me with anyone watching me in case anything happened to me. Nothing, guys. Literally nothing. Then some nurse just comes up to me and she's like, Sandra Perez. She looks at my wrist and I'm like, yeah. And she just starts putting shit in my IV, like this needle. And I'm like, what is that? And she's like, oh, this is for the pain and nausea. I was like, I don't want anything for the pain. Like, you don't understand all the side effects that I'm getting every time I take any medication. If I took Tylenol, guys, if I took Tylenol, I was getting side effects. Like anything I took, it was giving me side effects. Why the f would I want an injection in my arm, bro? So she just injects me and walks away, okay? She gives me some strong ass shit, right? I literally have stuff in my hand. And I remember sitting there, and when she injected me, I started to panic. And I just got so, like, it was, the medicine was so strong that my body just it got heavy. And everything just fell off my lap onto the floor. My water, my bag, my phone, everything just fell on the floor and I couldn't move. And I'll never forget all the patients in the waiting area who got up and who picked up my stuff and helped me, because this bitch just literally walked away and left me there. Oh my God. let's just say I will never, ever go back to Mount Sinai ER room. Ever. Ever. Has to be the worst ER I've ever been to in my life. Okay? Worst. By far the worst. So then, when it's all said and done, they have me sitting there. And I'm just like panicking. I'm on the phone with my husband. I'm like, please, I just want to get out of here. I just want to leave. And my husband's like, you got to find out what's going on, Mita. Like, I'm worried about you. And I'm like, I know, I want to find out what's going on, but I can't be sitting here like this. I can barely see. Like, and y'all got me in a freaking wheelchair sitting here with an IV bag. I'm literally with IV and with freaking drugs in my system that are so strong that my body's completely limp. Like, I'm heavy. And you have me in a waiting room with patients that are just coughing and there's COVID and oh my God, guys. Oh. Whatever. They sent a neurologist down. He started doing tests on me. Asked me if I could walk. I'm like, not really, but I'll do the best that I can. So he's like, okay, we might have to do a lumbar puncture. For those of you who don't know, I do have pseudotumor cerebri, and he told me he believed that the antibiotics, the combination of them may have made my condition worse. Turns out it did. It made it a lot worse. These side effects I were experiencing was from my pseudotumor cerebri. But I didn't know because I've never had it that intense before. I've had it bad, but never that bad. So he's like, okay, I'm going to send you home. I'm going to give you Diamox. At this point, I'm just yesing him to death because I want to go home. I want to get the out of there. So I go home. My husband comes to the ER to pick me up, and I'm just so happy to see him. I'm shaking. I'm crying. We go home. I take my Diamox. I have side effects, of course, burning tongue, burning sensation in my head. I'm just crying, holding my husband, and he's just like, just calm down. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. You got this. You can do this. And it was just horrible, guys. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience. And I don't wish that on anybody. If you ever get medication, especially antibiotics from the hospital, from your doctor, always research it, guys. When I went into forums and I checked up Flagyl and Bactrim, the amount of people who have been affected by these medications was just ridiculous. Some people ended up in psych wards, guys, and that's how I felt. Like, I felt like I was losing my freaking mind. Like, I felt like I was here, but like I wasn't here. Like, how crazy is that? Like, I don't even know how to explain to you guys how I felt. Like, I just felt like scared, and it was just, oh my God. Oh, and I couldn't even tell you what the hell I was scared of because I didn't even know. I didn't even know. It's just my body was just reacting this way. It was just crazy, guys. I don't know what else to say. It was crazy. Let's just put it like this. The people I thought who would be there for me weren't. And I just learned a valuable lesson throughout all of this. I realized, not that I didn't know who really mattered, but I realized who really matters. And at the end of the day, who's really going to be there when shit hits the fan. And so I made the decision to just take a step back and just say kumbaya and just love people from a distance, because I'm so quick to be there for people. I mean, you call me and you don't even got to think about it. I'm there. I'm there. If you're really in a jam, if you're really messed up, I'm there. And anyone who knows me knows this. Just sometimes you think you have all these friends, you think you have all this family, you think you have all these people in your life who could be there for you. And I'm not talking about people who live out of state. People who live out of state, you live out of state. That's a different, that's a different situation. Unless you commute often to New York, then that's different. Then you're just choosing to be an asshole, right? But people who live out of state, like, I mean, that, I understand that. But I'm not talking about that, guys. I'm talking about people who are in my circle who could have been there, who chose not to be. So yeah, guys, that's most of it, I guess. That's most of it. After I went the second time, I just after I went the second time to the doctors, I started taking my Diamox, which is for my pseudotumor cerebri, and every day I noticed the side effects were getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. I still experience side effects from my Diamox, but I always have, you know, even prior to this happening. So I think I'm getting to a place where I'm better. I'm taking the T-virus shot. I don't know how else to call it. I don't want to get demonetized. Next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday. And I'm extremely paranoid and scared and have extreme anxiety about it, but I know it's the right thing to do. I want to set a good example for my son, and he also wants to get it. He's 18, so he, you know, he feels really strongly about it, and if he's gonna get it, I want to get it with him. So we decided as a family we're all gonna get it on the same day so that we could support each other. But because of what has happened to me and what I've been through recently, that's what's causing me the anxiety, and that's what's causing me to panic, because I'm like, what if, you know, what if I have these side effects from this shit? You know what I'm saying? But I leave it in God's hands, guys, and what's meant to be will be, and what isn't won't. But I'm gonna do the right thing, and if my son is gonna get it, then I'm gonna get it with him. I wouldn't have it no other way. Daniel's 18 now. He's old enough to make his own decisions, and it is what it is. I know people are against it. I was one of the people who was against it until I actually know people who have gotten really ill because of the virus, and even some people have died who I know from the virus. So I want to be here as long as I can for my son, and I want him to know that I did everything I can to be here for him. So yeah, that's that. But I respect everybody's decision, and I think you have to be ready to do it yourself. You can't have other people telling you what to do, and you know, I'm doing it because I'm ready to do it. You know, you can't force people to do things they don't want to do. It's their body. It's wrong, you know? But to each his own. I'm so out of breath, guys. But I really wanted to come here and just sit down with you guys and have a one-on-one and just kind of just tell you guys what's been going on with me and what's new. Guys, I have bought so many eyeshadow palettes since my last video. such a palette whore. I have so much. In my next video, I think I'm gonna give you guys a tour of all my new palettes, and then you guys can let me know in the comments which one you want me to review next. So far, I have a collection that came in today, and I'm going to review this one first. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. We'll see, because I have to edit this video still. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it. I am following up with other doctors, specialists, and hopefully, guys, I can get to a place where I'm healthy again. Now I'm just looking for inspiration. I want to turn my extra bedroom into a gym, so I can have a gym in my house. I think I would really benefit from that. I also have a huge speaker in there, so I could blast the music, you know. I don't gotta worry about anyone around me and anyone judging me and how my workout routine, and you know, because sometimes you're at the gym and you're like, who's looking at me, who's staring at me? I know I am, and I'm insecure about my body sometimes. When I work out, I am, you know, whatever. But yeah, also I have bought a lot of new clothes, so I might do a clothing haul. I also recently bought some sneakers, a couple of pairs of sneakers. I will be doing a haul with that as well. And I'm just trying to get back to me, guys. You know, I'm trying to get back to being here with you guys one-on-one and talking and stuff like that. And yeah, So thank you for listening. If you made it to the end of this video, say kumbaya in the comments down below. I love you guys, and I'm sorry for, you know, breaking down and stuff, but it's just, this was really painful to talk about, but I wanted to share it with you guys because if it can help anybody to prevent this from happening to them, then I did my job for the day, right? So yeah. So that is it, guys, for this video. I think that about covers everything. If there's anything else, I'll bring it up in another video. You know me, I don't leave nothing else. I love you guys so much. Look at my hair. You see my hair is growing. Look at this. Look at the light. For those of you who don't know, I did cut it again because I wanted all the color out of my hair. So this is all virgin hair now, guys. This is all virgin hair. I cut all the color out, and now it's long enough where I can make twisties. How cute. Isn't this style cute? I've been looking up TWA hairstyles. Yeah. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. And again, for everyone who reached out and showed love, thank you. You are appreciated. I love you. For all my family and friends who are out of state, out of town, and who couldn't come see me, I completely understand, and I love you very much. For my family members who are ill and cannot make it to see me, I understand and love you very much. I love you guys. Bye.